me, when I get off work, I love to relax. My back's usually tight, my arms are usually tight. I usually hop up here in the shower and try to relax all the muscles, or sit back in the tub, try to relax everything out. But you know what I found out? Redwood CBD really helps. Check out Redwood CBD if you have pains, if you have just, you want to relax. You want your body to be focused, you want to be alert, but relax at the same time. But you don't want the high from THC. Come on, get with the program. Redwood CBD. This video is sponsored by them. Let's get started. Peace. Redwood CBD. YouTube, I was just about to go to bed, but hey, I thought about, have you ever been to Sacramento, California, state capital of California, and wondered why K Street, 9th J Street, all of that looks kind of strange and it goes in the woodland like that? Well, I have a clip from 1954 or 56 that explains the whole reason of why they did that and why they ruined that whole rural community in between Woodland and downtown Sacramento, and basically gentrifying all of Del Paso Heights and Oak Park to now why you see Mozzie and Del Paso Heights is #1 gang territory with Oak Park in Sacramento. So let's dive into it. If you like this, leave a comment down below. Shout out to my sponsor, and let's get into it.
The best thing that can happen to Sacramento, make it a modern city to have all the old buildings torn down.
Well, I think it's a good idea that they're tearing most of them down. Although it would be nice to leave some of them up, more the historical ones.
Yes, I do believe the historical buildings in the West End Sacramento should be preserved for the posterity of our children, so that they will know the early history of California, which is a romantic state.
In the decades following World War II, redevelopment changed the face of cities all across America. During that time, Sacramento underwent an especially dramatic transformation. A large portion of the central city, known as the West End, was widely considered to be among the largest slums in the western United States. Others saw it differently, as a hardscrabble and gritty community with a diverse mix of businesses and residents. In the end, more than 200 blocks of the city's urban core were slated for redevelopment. During the 1950s and 60s, hundreds of structures were demolished, thousands of citizens were uprooted, and millions of federal dollars poured into Sacramento, all earmarked for redevelopment.
Sacramento Redevelopment Agency was created by the City Council of Sacramento in December of 1950. It was developed and created by that council for the purpose of taking advantage of federal laws and appropriations, enabling cities who so desired to clear slums and to redevelop areas that were depressed economically and socially. The present executive director, a well-trained man, is Mr. Jerome Lipp.
Redevelopment entails to us more than the mere clearance and the replacement of old, depreciated buildings with new structures. By effective planning, making all of these investments an integral part of an overall comprehensive development, we are going to have a much finer Sacramento and capital city.
On January 29, 1957, the symbolic beginning of redevelopment in Sacramento's West End commenced. California Governor Goodwin Knight controlled the crane as a two-story Victorian at 526 Capitol Avenue came down, and the massive Capitol Mall project was underway.
Financing of the Capitol Mall project represents an $11 million investment. We will recover from the sale of cleared land about $5 million, leaving us then with a deficit of $6 million. 2/3 of the $6 million, or $4 million, the federal government pays for with an outright grant to this agency. The balance of $2 million, or the local 1/3, this agency itself pays for by issuing its own bond issue. And this bond issue is secured only by the increase in tax revenue that will flow from this project area when the new buildings are in place.
With redevelopment of the West End and the Capitol Mall project well underway, so too was the displacement and relocation of residents and businesses that stretched from the Sacramento River all the way to the state capitol.
I don't want to move, I moved already one time here. I don't want to move.
I'm glad that they're tearing down the buildings and making a better place. And no slums should be here in America. It all should be a great America. And I don't want nobody to be laying out in the streets. I am for it and against it. I'm against it, of course, because there's so many people, they lost their business, been here for so many years. And I'm for it for the benefit of the city of Sacramento.
Some workers in the West End did not lose their businesses and benefited greatly from redevelopment.
A lot of the buildings should be torn down and build new buildings. And I think it's okay myself. It's helped my business already considerably. It takes time to tear all buildings down, get them built up. Takes about a matter of time. I think it's going to come out to be a really nice thing.
Redevelopment is a great thing, but we still think that the development should start at 2nd Street and Front Street and come toward us, toward 8th Street. But we do think that in the very short time that we will see some development, and we're glad that we're staying down where we were all raised in Pharmacy.
Sacramento Redevelopment Agency, many other state and local entities played major roles in deciding how to reshape the city, including the California Division of Highways.
Possible conception of the design of one of the ordinances on the easterly side is shown on these sketches, showing the east-west freeway crossing the Sacramento River and the west side freeway coming up across Capitol Avenue, on up across I Street, across the I Street Bridge, and on over to Woodland. As you will notice in the drawing, this is the Crocker Art Gallery. This would be the connection to N Street. This is Capitol Avenue. This is the connection to L Street. It shows the possibilities of developing along the Embarcadero next to the river there. We could have a green strip along there, and this has all been discussed with the Division of Beaches and Parks, who are very interested in this project. Also, the conception that's shown here is an elevated structure, be about 18 to 20 feet above the normal ground line, to provide circulation so that the streets don't have to be closed.
How would that affect the city's landmark?
Well, we're working with the Sacramento Landmarks Commission and the Historical Society, doing everything we possibly can to position this ordinance in such a manner that we can save as many of those historic buildings as possible.
Preserving Sacramento's oldest structures was also a big priority during redevelopment.
John, the Historic Landmarks Commission has rather ambitious plans. Where do they expect to get the money to finance the project?
Well, Dan, getting money for anything of this sort is always a great big problem. Possibilities are through the medium of the California Division of Beaches and Parks, possibly some legislative action, and that has been suggested. Also, there is a possibility of getting some money from the city, from the county, and there's even been suggested that a historical area zone be put into force at the proper timing. That in itself could raise some money.
The historic landmarks in its rebuilding conceivably might conflict with redevelopment and freeway plans, or not.
Well, that's true. There could be, and there very possibly will be, an overlapping. But it seems to many people in Sacramento that there is plenty of room for all of these things in the city of Sacramento, for the freeways and certainly for redevelopment, that is the expansion of the redevelopment agency.
I don't believe that we should build a freeway inside east of the river in the downtown district through all the historical monuments we have there to preserve. The land in through there is too precious
to be destroyed by a freeway winding its way along the river and through the city. There's lots of room for it on the west side of the river, where it wouldn't affect that precious land that we have on this side for all our things that we need so much, like building more apartments, more historical buildings, and more hotels and so forth. On the other side of the river, the land is cheaper, and the freeway, with all its smog and dust and dirt, would be more adequate.
Like, subscribe, comment down below. I'm on my road to 100K. Thanks for watching.